Hello, everybody. Hey, it's Ken Faulkner. Yep. Coming off California Custom Knife Show. Yeah, I had a great time. Just a one-dayer, drive up, get there, go crazy for a few hours, and then drive home. Yeah, I mean, I spent most of my money at Blade Show West, but I managed to scrounge together some stuff. Girlfriend was just, she was amazing because she uh, chipped in, and she just goes, "Oh, you need more?" She's so nice, because she's the saver, and you have the spenders and the savers, right? Clearly, I mean, actually, I'm not a big spender in general, but when it comes to knives, I mean, that's probably why I haven't really jumped in. Sorry, to flashlights and some of the other stuff, pins, because I'm kind of cheap on things. But when it comes to knives, for some reason, I don't know why. Can you explain why you're watching YouTube about knives? I mean, I don't know. There's something about them. I know a lot of people really like to collect other things as well, but I mean, knives are basically it for me. I do have flashlights. I do have other things that I have some of, but it's really gotten to a point. I just looking at my spreadsheet. If you've been here, I have the spreadsheet that lists all my knives. I got all the stats, and I've checked out how many knives now that I've went through Blade Show West, and I should get one of these out because I know people are anxious. Blade Show West, and I just want to see how many knives I had now because I knew I had over 350 today. As of today, this morning, 365 knives in the collection. 365 on the spreadsheet. There's a few little stragglers around, little crazy stuff I used to get as a kid that aren't on there, but 365. You know what that means? There's a lot of noise going outside. Sorry, guys. There was noise going on earlier. I was trying to postpone the video until it calmed down, but in an apartment building here in California, everybody's packed in. Yeah. Anyway, I'm totally getting distracted. 365. That means one knife per day in the year. Now, I just did the giveaway pick a winner thing. So if you see this video and you haven't checked that out and you were in on it, meaning you made a comment on the box video, then you should go check it out and see if you won. Because 3 of those 365 are going away. I had the ones that I got from Blade Show West, Finrear. There's one that I got from Blade HQ, which is the Parrot. And those two are brand new knives. Now the Finrear doesn't really have the packaging. The Parrot does. And then I threw in another one. I forgot about that. I had to pick one from my collection. So go watch that video. You'll see which one I put in there, and you'll see if you won. And if you did win, you got to get a hold of me, please, because I want to get this thing out. Obviously, Chaves Knives, Blue Label. I've been going crazy over this. If you're a big fan of Chaves and you're like me, where money is a certain, even though I do spend tons of money on knives, money is still something that I'm careful with. So here it is. Nice presentation. So much of what they're doing with this Blue Label is like the Red Label presentation. One big difference is when you open it up and when you bought it, they come with the plain clip on there. I don't know. I'm not sure why, but immediately, of course, I had to flip it. So let's get this guy out. Check it out. This is a style. Now I have about 5. I think it's 5 Chaves knives, and I hadn't gotten this one yet. I'd had heard of it before. It is the Liberation 229 Tonto. I really like the look of this one. It's a little thinner, not quite as tall as like the Redenciones that I have, or the Scapegoat. It's a little thinner, little more sleek looking, but man, that Tonto looks great. Had to go satin this time just to mix it up for the collection. Got a lot of blacked out blades from Chaves, but yeah, I went for the satin this time. I really like this the look of it with this micarta. Got a little blotch on here. I don't know how I did. I know when I bought it, it wasn't on there, but this stuff, I like it. I like the patina kind of effect of having your hands on it when you're carrying it, using it. So it makes it your own. It's personalized that way. But it's a beautiful knife. The grind is really nice. I mean, they do such a great job. Elmax steel, right? Who's doing budget knives in Elmax steel? This is more their budget brand now. 185 at the show. Um, it's still up there. For me, it's a mid range. It's not really a budget knife, but for Chavez, that's called a budget knife. Now they do have that $85 X-Lock. Already got that one. Picked that up at Atlanta this year. But yeah, I'm really loving these blue labels. I don't know if I don't know if I'm gonna just keep on going with these guys or if I'll think about the red labels again because they're just so nice. Of course, it's not a frame lock, but you got my card on both sides. Really nice, well done. That solid feel that you expect. A little thinner on the blade, so it's not quite as Chavez-y, but it is definitely very, very good. So this is my. If you include the X-Lock, which when I got it, it was just in this little white box. I didn't know that it was going to be a blue label, but it is a blue label now. It comes in some box sort of like this, so they really have done well on the packaging. I got it for 80, but it's still 85 with all that packaging and everything. So very cool. Of course, like I said, I had to get the skull on there. Looking good, working good. Yeah, so this is just an unboxing. I don't want to get too deep into it. I'll definitely do a video for it, but that's what's going on. This is the last knife I bought, actually. I looked at it early in the show, and then I hemmed and hawed and thought about it the whole show. Because I didn't have as much money to spend, I got a little bit nervous about buying something and then finding something that is just an amazing deal that I couldn't pass up. So towards the end of the show, I ended up getting that. I even was texting my girlfriend because I had a certain amount of money and she had just given me some, and I was trying to kind of save that aside and hopefully give that back to her after the show. I ended up spending $100 out of what she gave me. I gave her the rest of it back, but I mean, obviously it was a very generous donation. Let's go into let's do this one here. Everything's got a story, right? So with the blue label, it was just like I was looking at it earlier on. I wanted to get the tack from them. Tack that's for a tiny ass knife, and I always like the idea of it, little tiny Chavez, see what that feels like, but they didn't have it at this show or at Blade Show West in the blue label, because then that brings it down to the price range where I feel like I can actually buy it. Golden Designs, I didn't even realize. I went through the list, kind of read them off, but I guess either I skipped or they didn't have a complete, because there's a couple people there that I kind of even looked for and didn't see on the list of vendors. So there's some surprises there. There's some people that you didn't think were going to be there that were there. Golden Design, Knife Works, or what is their name? Oh, there he goes. Design Works. Golden Design Works. Golden Design Works, sorry. Okay, so anyway, I did kind of spoil it. It's the Nugget. If you've seen it before, I've seen it on a lot of YouTube channels. Them showing Golden Designs. They make their rounds. The stickers, plenty of stickers. Those will go in with the giveaway stuff. Stay sharp. Very cool. Didn't get so many stickers this time. It's kind of a short show. I was only there for like maybe 3 some odd hours. Golden Design Works. I think there's 2 here. Yeah, there's 2 here. And Adventure Awaits. So they got a bunch of cool stickers. They got a cool pouch. So anyway, like I said, I've seen them a lot, and they look like really nice knives. A little bit sci-fi kind of looking in some ways, but cool, clean design, and I really liked them. But I always kind of felt like the price point kind of kept me from buying it because I compare, I'm thinking about other knives at that price point. Not that I feel like they're overpriced, but when you get to a certain price point on knives, then you're in competition, right? And so you have to deal with other options that are there. So we got their card. So there's their information. So they're on all the social medias. And then this is the card for the knife. So it inspected 7/21/24. Wow, that's a while ago. Inspector, I don't know who that is. Handle is smoked. It's titanium, so I don't know what smoke exactly means. They have a slate, a smoke, and an LTD. Now, the guy was apologizing for the 154 CM, but I think that's part of the reason why the price was really good. Because obviously they got magna cuts. So yeah, that's kind of their card of information. Got a little cloth here. Typical stuff. Just keep that with it, with the packaging. Been trying to do better about keeping my packaging. Ever since I actually started thinking, hey, maybe I do want to sell knives sometime. I've been trying to keep all the stuff with the packaging so I can put it together if I ever just do decide to sell it. I mean, all my knives are users. I'm not one of those guys that are buying just to sell, for sure. Little guy, right? Little guy. I could hide it with my hand. Where'd he go? Yeah, so I guess the smoked is like that grayish, maybe a little darker gray. I really like the pop of the blue. Actually, a couple knives recently. The other one I got is the N1 Cornerstone. It has a similar kind of look, but this has that smoke to make it a little bit darker. I think it looks really, really nice. So I always thought it was an interesting shape, the way it had that triangle kind of shape, but it kind of, to me, it looks sci-fi. I don't know. Do you feel the same way? But it is still very clean with the grind lines on it. Just nice. Look at the jimping. It's nice. This guy's obviously designing his own knives. I was talking to him about it, asking him some questions, and he clearly is very protective of his designs, and he does like his designs and stuff like that. He's proud of himself, and he's done some great stuff. So it's not a frame lock, so real clean on the outside. One screw right there, so it must screw all the way through to the other side, I guess, unless you take that scale off and there's more screws inside. I'm not sure, but nice and clean. I haven't taken it apart. I want to get into doing more disassembly videos. I think some people have some good comments to it. It's not going to be all the time. But man, look at that thing. That's a nice looking knife. I really like this knife, picking it up. The way it doesn't have the finger choil here. The sharpening choil is kind of built into the shape of the knife. So you get a little bit of sharpening life there before you get to the ricasso, which is great. And but still, you can get your hand all the way to the very front of that handle. Get your thumb up on this forward choil or back here on this back choil, depending on how the back jimping here, depending on how you're holding it. The blade is nice and tall and very nice. And so in hand, the action is so good. I was really going, I like this knife. I mean, for a smaller knife, I've been getting into the smaller knives lately, but they can't be something that makes me feel like I'm going to drop it when I'm opening and closing it. And the action, of course, it's harder to open and close under the camera, but man, it feels really good, very nice. So I really liked it, and then I saw the price, $200 for this guy. Super happy about that. So anyway, Golden Design Works. Didn't expect to pick that up. I went to the show. Didn't expect to. I mean, I'm always looking at the blue labels. I was gonna. I always go. It was funny because I went over to Jack Wolf Knives, and I always buy from them at every show. But I was just at Blade Show West. And Ben says I don't have anything new that I didn't have there. So wait, but he did show me something in his pocket. It's very cool. I can't break the ice on it, but it is very cool. People are gonna go nuts. It's really really awesome. He's coming out with some surprise stuff and some really cool stuff. So can't wait, can't wait. Anyway, so I got to hang out with Ben a little bit. Sharif was there. He's been there the last couple years, and I've always get a chance to talk with him because he's such a nice guy. He's always hanging out with other people, designers, people, and just hang out and talk. Jake with Uncommon EDC, check out his channel. I feel bad because I don't watch it as much as I should, but he's got a lot of great stuff, especially if you like, EDC stuff, not just knives. He's got great knives, really great knives, but also other EDC stuff. So he was there, Cheeto Bandito, or whatever he's calling himself this day, because he changes it regular. He's a really great guy. So I got to hang out with him a little bit. So yeah, there's a couple local boys. Even saw Duty from Duty to Staggers. He was there. I didn't get a chance to talk to him because he was like busy and it was crowded at the time. And then after that, I didn't see him. So North Mountain Blades. I do have one knife from them, and been meaning to get something else. And then I saw a video about this knife. And so it was actually the first place I went to when I went to the show because I saw that they were going to be there. And they got a bunch of other stuff in there. We'll show on the actual review video. But this knife, I would have never known about it if I hadn't seen that video. It's called the BBNM, although it says NMB. Let's see. Oh, here it is right here. Bowie BBNM. Dwyer. So Dwyer, if that name sounds familiar, he's Blaine Dwyer. He was one of the two people that started Strider with Mick Strider, and so since then they've broken. During Dwyer's left, Mick's still running the Strider stuff, but Dwyer's gone off to do more custom knives, and he was there at the show, and I didn't expect to see him because I didn't see him on the list. But anyway, his stuff is way out of my price range right now. Maybe one of these days, if I go and actually sell knives, that's a if and when, maybe I can save up enough money because I'm pretty much buying stuff on a regular basis. Because I just get the itch. It's the addiction. I asked the guy about this knife, and he said he only had this one. And then I was going, okay, that's not the one I'm looking for. And then I start to walk away and say, hey, wait a minute. And he goes and reaches back behind. He pulls out this one. Now, this isn't exactly the one I was looking for, but it's basically the one I was looking for. But there's more to it than what I was planning on getting. But since the options were low, they only had a small table there. Bigger table at Blade Show West. So here it is. What did I call it? The BBNM? It's not a real name. It's just letters, and I don't know what they stand for. It's got frag like crazy frag. So if you know Striders, you'll see a little bit of the DNA of the Strider. Obviously, the back of the handle doesn't look the same as a Strider, like an S&G or an SMF. But it does have this kind of double finger groove, finger choil combination with the sharpening choil up front. So that's very familiar. If you know, you know. But look at that blade. Look at that thing. DLC, baby. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite the thing, and it's a beautiful thing. But fingerprints for days. It's so hard to keep the fingerprints off these things. But when you have them wiped off for 1 second before you get the next one on there, it looks beautiful. So nice. God, it feels so good too. So this is he has a custom version of this. I actually saw them at the show. But obviously this is a North Mountain Blade is collaborating with Dwayne Dwyer to do this one. Now, a lot of the blades coming out of North Mountain are SLD Magic steel. Kind of, I think the one that I was looking for was SLD Magic, but this one, and it's a cool name. They call it because it's all blacked out, right? They call it the Shadow Edition, right there, Shadow Edition, and it's 3 CPM 3V steel, which is amazing. So that makes it even mo better. It was only $60 more than the one I was planning on getting, but man, awesome. And it does have that kind of action like a Strider because it's obviously on washers and not bearings. But that's what I'm kind of used to from you know. And I guess they were the ones that started Strider years ago. And the video, I'll talk about it on the review, but the video kind of talked about it, and I kind of fell in love with the whole idea. Now the problem is this is pretty aggressive here, and it's a little hard going in and out of the pocket. So I might be bending that clip a little bit out to give me a little bit less tension on there, so that I don't rip my jeans. I just recently even mentioned that I never had that problem, but I think this one would rip into it because they don't have a flat spot there. It's right in the middle of that jimping or not jig, but frag, and that frag is definitely aggressive. But then what do you expect from somebody who started the Strider company, right? Aggressiveness. It's going to be aggressive. I love this knife. I'm super excited about having this in the collection. So there you go, guys. I guess I put the rest of them away, but that's it. Just unboxing for now, and I'll run through each one. That's all I got at the show, other than like stickers and stuff. Not even that many stickers, but had a great time. So much fun. Some bangers. I'm really liking all 3 that I got. Yeah. And I didn't know what to expect. This is the one I wanted to get. The rest of them just happened. So there you go, guys. All right, so that's it. Video for today. Go check out the today. I also posted. Now this is Sunday, and this may be posting later in the day. And so if you're watching this on Monday, just go back to Sunday when this was posted and the other giveaway video was posted, and see if you won, so we can get that going. All right, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.